Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Long time no speak. I'm sorry, I actually wanted to give you some updates on my health and my situation, symptoms, improvements, worsening and so on. And actually wanted to do that from Spain, where I have been the last 2 months pretty much, in July and August. But yeah, I just didn't have the chance, the feeling to do it. Was really enjoying the summer there with the kids outside a lot and playing and tons of stuff. So yeah, I didn't really. So let me rephrase. It was a good time. So I didn't really think on making any videos, even though I had it planned. Apologies for that. Yeah, so I'm back now in Hamburg, Germany, and basically with regards to my health situation, I have improved substantially. Exactly when I was going from Germany to Spain for, let's say, longer extended kids holidays for around 2 months with the whole family and the big family of my wife, I kind of took it off. I took a big, let's say, jump in my health, because from then on I was being able to work out substantially. 100% energy and working out like crazy, maximum capacity, maximum energy, no holding back. So pretty much, yeah, I was swimming a lot. I was working out in the gym, running, swimming every day, I would say, for 1-2 hours. There was not really or barely any days where I didn't work out. So it was a great summer. I really, took another uplift in my health. I can definitely, and especially with healthy food, the Mediterranean diet, a lot of fish, a lot of greens, a lot of olive oil, the good olive oil, the olive oil extra virgin. All these things, these factors took a big uplift once again on my health. So I would say I'm not really 100% there, but let me say like 95 to 99%, because even before I went to Spain, I still figured and knew from my well-being and some of the symptoms I had, like a little bit of lack of energy, slight nausea, low heart frequency. It's not really bad or a symptom of anything, but I felt like also with the whole bloating thing, that's still something besides the leaky gut that I have been diagnosed before, that there's something else not 100% right with me, with my intestines, with my gut. So I went to a really good doctor to check me, sent in another very intensive stool sample. And what came back interestingly is, first, the good news is leaky gut with all the glutamine and the natural herbs I've been taking for months now has been resolved and restored. So leaky gut is pretty much cured, which is fine, but I'm gonna go to check it in another 3 to 6 months and so on. But however, what came out interestingly enough is that my gut is still not 100% right. There are still some holes, or let's say some defects going on. Meaning, first of all, I have too few of the good bacteria, and instead of the good bacteria, I have an extension of too many bad bacteria. So that's the first thing that came out. You have to figure your intestine, your gut is like a carpet. And ideally that carpet, or the carpet is like fully filled with healthy green grass, so to say, in easy words. The way a lot of people, including me, works now or are related to this carpet or to the gut lining is some of the grass is missing, or in other cases the grass isn't even there, but there's like fungus or other things. So long story short, what came out in my case is, as I mentioned, too few of the good bacteria, too much of the bad bacteria. Then I still had some amounts of Candida, which is like a fungus, or Candida is like a pill, so to say. What else came back? That there was something else. Yet in general, my pH level of the stomach and the gut is a little bit too high, which means that the fungus and the bacteria can keep flourishing in that environment. So so it's really important that with that I'm looking to lower that pH level. So that came out, and because of all this imbalance, luckily leaky gut has been healed in the meantime, but because of this imbalance in my gut, I have a higher histamine intolerance and more problems with histamine, which is also has been since the last year one of my big issues. I've been seeing a lot of doctors, health practitioners and so on, and I always in my blood samples had a high histamine shot out, high histamine levels, and I never had any histamine problems. So I was thinking, okay, what's going on? But the more I was working on resolving the issues in my gut, e.g. leaky gut healing, the less sensitive I became for histamine. Meaning in the last month, I was being able to eat way more food and nutrition, being rich in histamine, but having less problems. But I still noticed though, and also being in Spain, that when I was occasionally overshooting on histamine, for example, eating tons of bananas, spinach, tomatoes, nuts, avocados, and so on, the accumulative effect of histamine was still rising within my body. And it's funny, the gradual improvement of my gut has led to the situation that my histamine intolerance was improving step by step. However, though, while finding this out now from the stool sample, what's really going on in my intestine, in my gut, what I just said, too few good bacteria, too much bad, pH level too high, and Candida. I've just been taking now natural things to resolve this. Also, I don't have SIBO, so the bloating never came from SIBO. SIBO is very complex, and I was improving my gut mobility thinking I had SIBO, but in the end I don't have SIBO. There could be a chance that if my gut is all resolved and perfectly and I still have this bloating, which I don't even have now since I'm taking the products, that I could have SIBO, but it's far off. So SIBO is really, now that I realize SIBO is not an overshoot really of bad bacteria in your intestine. Okay, well, it is the case, but it's not the cause. The cause is really an immobility of your gut, not being able to do that functional movement in your gut, to being able to keep the digestive order, flow, and process. So meaning your food and everything that you ingest can really go gently and move throughout your intestines, and your gut mobility is effectively impaired if you have SIBO, which leads then as the main cause to the fact that you have too much of the bad bacteria from your big intestine in your small intestine. So since I don't have any more bloating, since I'm taking all these products, I'm doing fine. So now basically my path is, in order to restore my imbalance, I'm just taking some natural things against the Candida, against the fungus, and at the same time I'm taking natural things that inhibit the bad bacteria from flourishing, meaning I'm taking things like betaine chloride, which lowers your stomach and your gut pH level, and at the same time taking natural things like pepsine, lipacine, and some other things that help blocking the bad bacteria from being able to feed off proteins. So if you have too much of the bad bacteria, it's easy for the bacteria to keep feeding off proteins. So pretty much your body and your gut cannot really digest good proteins, and they feed off from the proteins, and the bad bacteria keep growing. So what you essentially do is you lower your pH level, and you take products that help your body, your gut, to digest proteins properly, so the bad bacteria cannot live off that. So basically they starve out. So that's what I'm gonna take. The other thing is what I just mentioned against the Candida, and the last thing is then, of course, once picture again the carpet, the situation that you have bad bacteria or no bacteria in some sorts of your intestine. Now once you improve your situation step by step, that the bad bacteria vanish from the carpet, so you take out all that shit, the fungus. Once this is away, of course, you need to restore your gut with healthy bacteria. So I'm taking special probiotics, very rich in high quantity of best quality bacteria, so that on that spaces in my gut where I don't have any bacteria or bad bacteria, I can start rebuilding and regrowing the healthy ones. So this is the path going forward. And yeah, now it's been since Spain, since 1 month into Spain, I've been starting to take this medication, and I can see the gradual process improvement. My let's say to improve my health on the last 5 meters, on the last 5 percentages, and this is the way forward to heal the gut. Once you have, let's say, heavier imbalance like I do. I mean, it takes time. You cannot expect that you're going to heal in 1 or 2 weeks. So my path forward, once it's more complex, will be at least another 6 months, taking these supplements, controlling every 3 months, and then I should be fine. So if you have a small imbalance, I would say, from what I've learned and studied from doctors and health practitioners, is if you have a small imbalance, it will take you around 3 months to restore your gut properly. Assuming you know exactly what's going on wrong with you, and assuming you take exactly the right products for your problems, for your issues. If you have a more disturbed imbalance like I do, it's more like 6 to 9 months. So I've been starting already since 4 months to taking stuff, but I didn't take the right things. I didn't properly understand what I had. So let's say from the 4 month now, I have been doing good steps since 2 months. So now the path forward is at least another 3 to 6 months, and yeah, I'm just keep checking it. There are also cases if your gut is totally destroyed, you have issues, you have high histamine tolerances, leaky gut, you barely have any of the good bacteria, a lot of Candida, a lot of fungus, man, it could even take up to 1 or 2 years to restore your gut properly. It's important though, you do it, and again, going back to my last videos as well, it's absolutely vital and fundamental that you understand and finding the true cause, the true cause of what you are facing and what you have. If you don't know what you're facing, what you're having, you are just trial and error, guessing, checking, taking some sort of supplements, which might help, but in the end you are just playing in the dark. So you don't really know what's going on. So you need to find out 100% what's going wrong with you in order to effectively cure and find out what's going on with you. So that's the first step. And once you know that, you have done actually the biggest part of the job. And now you can focus on healing by identifying exactly what sort of supplements, what sort of medicines, measures, actions you need to take. And from then on, it's only a question of time, and you will heal. So that's absolutely vital. You do that and check that. And yeah, I hope this helps you. I will keep you updated on my health. It's just incredible what you can and can't do today with YouTube and other medias and sources of healing. And yeah, that really helped me. And big shout out to all of you. And I hope this helped you. Have a good day and take care.